The reaction, amazing Star Wars news, big win for fans. See what the Star Wars theory has to say about this. Check this out. Seems so bad. Check it out.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have some awesome news, and that is we're probably going to get, I mean, I don't see any other way we won't get a Tales of the Jedi Season 2, or at least what I'm hoping is a Tales of the Sith, which would cover a young Palpatine, maybe a Darth Bane, maybe Darth Maul, who knows what. They could even cover the Son of Dathomir comics in Tales of the Sith. Maybe we'll get Tales of the Sith and Tales of the Jedi. I'm jumping ahead of the gun. I haven't really explained the video, but Disney's Tales of the Jedi debuts at number 2 on most in-demand new shows list. This was just about 4 days ago or so, and, well, now technically 5 days ago. The animated series zooms past fellow Star Wars series Andor in its first week, so this blew Andor away in its first week. In this weekly data series powered by Parrot Analytics, we look at the top breakout shows of the past week. Breakout shows are the most in-demand series that have premiered in the past 100 days. And this was also shared by Ashley Eckstein, who voices Ahsoka Tano. Now, you have to sign up for a membership for this website, so I did to bring you the information here in this video, but I felt that that would be the most credible thing to do because I want to talk about it. So, first of all, before we actually, let's read a little bit of what they have, and then we'll go to the graph, and we'll cover it a little bit. So, Tales of the Jedi is proving to be an immediate hit with audiences. The animated show premiered October 26th on Disney Plus and had 37.4 times the demand of the average series last week, according to Parrot Analytics. Data which takes into account consumer research, streaming, downloads, and social media, among other engagement. That made Tales of the Jedi the second most in-demand recently released series in the United States. Demand for the show even surpassed Andor, which had 33.8 times the demand of the average series. The decision to release all 6 episodes of the show at once drove a large spike in demand that helped it overtake Andor, which has been releasing episodes weekly since September 21. Even though it was surpassed in demand by Tales of the Jedi this week, Andor still saw a 7% increase in its demand. In fact, the show had its all-time highest daily demand last week on November 3rd, when it reached 39.3 times the demand on the average series. So and I've noticed that in the overall videos that I've done regarding Andor, as well as the breakdown videos, it just seems like each week the views get more and more. Like in the beginning, it was like nobody cared in terms of views. It was like maybe like 70,000 views at most. No one really gave a crap, which for a breakdown is weird because usually like breakdowns in general, not even mine, but like other people on YouTube, usually, you know, well, mine, for example, would get like 500,000, 600,000, mid 300,000s if it's like really low and it was like a boring episode or something. There isn't much to break down, and sometimes going into the millions. So for this show to have that low of a number of people watching the breakdowns, for me, that even tells me that people aren't all that much interested in the show across the board. So I've noticed each week that goes by, the numbers now are trailing up to 200,000, 300,000 in that ballpark because the show is becoming more interesting and people are getting more invested. Also, whenever you have a banger of a show like Tales of the Jedi, Star Wars is a bit on a rise. People are going to be like, well, you know what, maybe I want to be more in a Star Wars mood now. I want to maybe give Andor a second shot if they abandoned it earlier, and they go and watch it, or they want to watch anything Star Wars that's new and out. Oh, Andor's out. I'm going to check that out too. So, in a sense, Tales of the Jedi does a lot of things. It brings more people to Disney Plus. It brings more people to Star Wars. And in doing so, in doing both those things, it brings them to the latest show, which is Andor, right now. So it's kind of like an advertisement, also a great show at the same time. So with demand for other series like HBO's House of the Dragon falling, Andor looks positioned to be in contention for the top spot in the coming weeks. Amazon Prime's The Peripheral had another great week. Demand for the show rose by 20%. Okay, so here's the graph. 29th of October to the 4th of November. House of the Dragon at number 1 with 41.7 times in platforms HBO. And right in second place, all the shows in this time in the United States, Tales of the Jedi with 37.4 times. And Andor trailing behind at 33.8. So Andor's still doing pretty well. Now, in terms of how popular the show is overall, I don't know, I can't really say. It doesn't seem like it's really as popular as The Mandalorian or as Obi-Wan Kenobi or even the Book of Boba Fett. From that graph that we saw a few weeks ago when on Nerd Theory with Josh, Andor apparently was at its lowest for that week, or however far. I think that was for up to like episode 4 or 5. So Tales of the Jedi, what I want to take home from this is that it is by far the second most popular show in the United States after House of the Dragon. And really, realistically, nothing is going to beat anything Game of Thrones, because that show was in a league of its own. It was really in another realm. I do believe if we got some sort of that's the thing with Star Wars. I can't even really say anything because it's like, how many times have we been like, this show is going to be amazing, this show is going to be great, and it comes out and it's such a letdown with like so many different things like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Literally, my whole channel has been based on the first 6 films, primarily the prequel trilogy, and I feel like Deborah Chow just took a giant poo-poo over everything to do with them. There were moments that I thought were really cool, but what I'm trying to say is, I feel like there are shows that come out with Star Wars and we're like, wow, this is going to be amazing because it's about this and this character, and it turns out to be just not really hitting the way it should, or not really feeling like George Lucas Star Wars, because it isn't. So I guess it's not supposed to be, in their eyes, sadly, incorrectly in my opinion. When you get a show like Tales of the Jedi that feels so on the mark, feels so on the money, feels so much like George Lucas is still around Lucasfilm, and he as if he made this show, that to me is something really special and something that I don't think that they can overlook. So in my opinion, they would be absolute fools, Lucasfilm I'm saying, and Disney, if they didn't greenlight another season of Tales of the Jedi. They could continue with Dooku, or we could focus on different characters. First and foremost, I would love to see a Yoda story. We don't know much about Yoda. We could get a Grogu story. We could get any of the other Jedi that were on the Jedi Council, like Yarael Poof, for example, the Q-tip looking dude. Freaking Coleman Trevor, give me that. That guy was like the most courageous of them all. He went first-handed at Dooku and got blasted by Jango Fett in Geonosian Arena. We could get a story on General Grievous. He had a very interesting backstory. I would love to see that. I think something like that would, if they keep giving us Tales of the Jedi, man, Tales of the Sith, Tales of Star Wars, choose a character, like like freaking Super Smash Bros. Just choose a character, and they could go on any story, any backstory with anybody they want, and it would be absolutely phenomenal. I think going forwards, anything animated done by Dave Filoni is going to be probably their best bet. I don't think it'll miss. There's something about animation, and especially the fact that it's Clone Wars animation, because it already has that established nostalgic feeling that we had when we watched it when we were younger and when George Lucas was around, that it'll just keep rolling on that, and the snowball will get bigger and bigger and bigger, and it'll just feel more and more like home each time we see these characters in that animation style. And the beauty about animation is that you aren't taken out of the story because you're like, that can't happen, it's fake. Well, it's animation, so it's not going to get more fake than that. So you're already kind of letting go of everything that could be real in the human world that should or shouldn't be, and you've let go of that, and you're able to really submerge yourself into the story. And if they're doing like cartoony stuff like crazy flips or whatever, it's okay. It makes sense. You can vibe with it because it's a cartoon anyways. So I think Tales of the Jedi is something that they really should focus on going forwards. I think they would be look, I really don't think that they won't do another season, because they love to make products that make money. Disney does. They're all about the money. And I think that the numbers are showing right here. Hey, you're going to make a ton of money if you just turn this into another season, make it a more developed show, perhaps release episodes every single week, and make them 20 to 30 minutes long each. They're doing a show on The Bad Batch, but they haven't done a show on Tales of the Jedi yet. I guarantee you, if they do a show on Tales of the Jedi or Tales of the Sith, it will blow numbers out the water. I think it would even get more numbers than The Mandalorian. I am telling you. Just look at the trailer numbers. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Mandalorian Season 3 trailer, 5 million views. Tales of the Jedi, 5.6. There's almost 1 million people more that are more interested in Tales of the Jedi. And this is 600,000 more people are interested. That's 600,000 more memberships to Disney Plus. What, times 10? $6 million extra a month? What the hell, man? And then Andor with 2.6 million. That tells you a lot. Of course, then again, if we go to the original trailer, it's 9.8 million views, so that's pretty wild. Star Wars The Bad Batch with 6.1 million, Andor again with 7 million, and the Obi-Wan Kenobi teaser trailer with 18 million views. I mean, you don't have to be a mathematician to know, okay, well, you're getting more numbers from this show, so maybe there's more of an interest there. And it's not like just a little bit. Like, we could even say The Mandalorian and Tales of the Jedi have just a little bit of a disparity between them, 600,000. The freaking Obi-Wan Kenobi teaser trailer, 18 million views. That's 6 times the subscribers on my channel. That's a lot of people, man. And then you go to things like Star Wars Eclipse, 17 million views for a video game trailer. I mean, like, the numbers are all here for them. All they have to do is just take a look and be like, huh, maybe people are really interested in these characters. Just Boba Fett, official trailer, 11 million views. So anyways, that's really all I wanted to say, is that Tales of the Jedi is doing phenomenally well, and I hope that they really do greenlight a Season 2 or a Tales of the Sith. I think we could be getting a lot of really great episodes directed and created by Dave Filoni, and I can't wait to see them. I can't wait to watch them with you guys, do watch parties, and I hope that they really take this stuff to heart and they realize that, look, we really love animation Star Wars. Animated Star Wars videos, shows, movies, I think are a great addition to their roster of live action shows and Disney Plus, whatever. So I hope they see this stuff. I hope they go forwards and make another season. Many, many more seasons. There's so many stories to tell. General Grievous' story is one of the most unknown, yet one of the most interesting. He got betrayed by Count Dooku. His ship got blown up, and it was on purpose. Palpatine ordered this to happen, and they ended up doing experiments on him to turn him into a cyborg, to turn him into General Grievous. And then Dooku trained him in the lightsaber arts, and there's just so many different stories. Maul, when he gets captured by Sidious, in Clone Wars Season 5, what happens to him, Son of Dathomir comic run. Amazing. Maul fights Dooku, Grievous, Sidious, Mother Talzin comes in. It's just a phenomenal story. It's just so great. There's so much stuff that they could add in there, and I hope that we'll get to see it. I hope that they make some great shows going forwards, and I hope that they read these numbers and see that the numbers are there, the numbers don't lie, and the stats don't lie, and we really would like these shows, and they really can't lose if they make them and invest their time and money into them. Give Dave Filoni more projects. I really think that's the way. Hope you guys have a great day. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. I think this is a huge win for us. You guys made this happen by watching, by being interested in Tales of the Jedi, including myself, making videos on it, getting the word out there, and all your guys' posts and everything that you do. So the community is very strong when we come together and we like something, we show it. When we hate something, we show it. When we like something, we show it too. So, love you guys. Have a great day, and may the Force be with you.
But yeah, please subscribe, like this video. So watching. See you guys. Bye.